some good shit. I'm really excited.
Are you recording this call?
Yeah, hell yeah, dog.
Beauty.
Hell yeah. I want people to come back to this because one thing I like to tell everybody, those of you that are here in the room with me, there's a few of us here, then other people that are watching online, is whenever I do one of these things, I always tell people number one, put your phone down on the table and then put something on top of it so that you're not tempted to look at it. And if you are tempted to look at it, you know that you physically have to take an object off of the phone in which you know deliberately already put something on top of. So it's like a real challenge to yourself to keep your phone down and out of your hand. And then the second thing I tell everybody to do is try to just hold on to one thing.
Recording in progress.
Literally one thing from this probably 50-minute talk. One thing that you will remember for the rest of your life. It might be something about content, it might be something about business, it might just be a story that Simon tells and you're like, oh yeah, I have some sort of, I relate with that in some way. So yeah, those are the two things. Take your phone, put it on the table, put something on top of your phone so you're not tempted to look at it. And then number two, try to take away something from tonight that you will remember for the rest of your life. All right, so Simon, welcome. We got a bunch of people in here, which is awesome. I have, I think, 9 people here with me in an Airbnb in Vegas. We're on day 3 of our content retreat, day 3 of 7, and or is it day 4? Is it day?
Today's 4.
Today's 4?
Yeah.
All right, we're on day 4. My bad. Yeah, so we're basically we're a third of the way through. We've had one guy drop out, but that's all right. We're still pushing hard. We're making 3 posts a day. We're creating some like next level content. We've done hostage situations. We've hypnotized people on the Las Vegas Strip. We've gotten kicked out of a few places. It's been good. It's been productive.
Some homeless guy was chief in Daniel's pen.
Yeah. There was a drug deal that did go down in Popeyes, but
He started cutting up right in the Popeyes. That was insane.
that's neither here nor there. But I wanted to have Simon on honestly, just because. First of all, I think his story is great. If you guys don't know who he is, he's a fantastic bodybuilding coach, but he's also had a pretty epic weight loss transition, and he's documented the whole thing using humor as basically the main vehicle of sharing his story. I'll pull up his account right now so you guys can see it. Come on, baby. Come on, screen share. You can do it. One more over. There we go. But the dude has built a really big following, and not only is he a good bodybuilder, but I just really like the way he does his voiceovers. I think his voiceovers are fucking hilarious. Every time I see one of his videos and he's voicing something over, or he's talking to the camera with the mic, he does really good with that too. He's just, I don't know, he's good at bringing you into the room or bringing you into the situation that he is in. I don't know how he does it. Hopefully he'll tell us how he does it. But every time I watch one of his videos, I feel like I'm literally in the room with him, and it's a real treat. So Simon, thank you for coming, man. We're really excited to learn from you, and the floor is yours.
Oh God, where to start? Jesus. All right. Well, I mean, look, I feel as though I have a bit of a unique background when it comes to like content creation, because I've been doing this for a very, very, very long time. I just didn't have any traction for a very long time, but I've loved it for so long. So most people don't know, but I started posting on YouTube in like 2010. So it's been like 16 years, but I was getting zero traction, but I was literally just purely for the love of the game. Like I was a fat kid, but I was posting parkour videos, and those are now like archived. They're very hard to find, and we will keep it that way forever until I decide I need something viral, and then I'll start posting it. but the thing is, and this is something I've told everybody that wants to get into making content in general, is you need to love it. You genuinely need to love it, because if not, it becomes like a chore, and the second it becomes a chore you don't want to do anymore, and then you fucking back into it. But so when I first started my journey, I sat there, and it's funny because I know that obviously Daniel's big into like AI and stuff, and I was obviously I love it. I'm a big advocate for it and the use of it. And when I first started, I sat there with chat, and I was like, all right, chat, I'm about to do some crazy shit, and I need to come up with like a tactic. How do I document my journey? Because I had no fucking idea at first. I knew how content worked. I knew that series were something that would work really well. Kind of like, I mean, you guys know, Daniel's like a day in the life series that like one of his videos. How many videos did that one video get you? Like followers, sorry? Like fucking 50, 60, 80,000 followers in that one video?
Yeah, man. It's,
some fucking
it was crazy. I have one breaking a record right now. It's over 30,000 followers from one video. Yeah.
Right? And like, but the thing is, so I knew that a series can work. And there's a few things that will make a series work, but I have no fucking idea when I first started. Other than I need to come up with some sort of tagline, something that's repeatable, something that can make people like want to be invested in this, and something that they can then grow back to it and see that there was progress all the way during. Which is why my first ever video was like, okay, I need to make a crazy declaration that people won't believe that seems bad shit, and then I'm actually gonna fucking do it. Which was that super fucking mega viral line now that's had like probably 250 million views on it. That was like, I'm gonna do a bodybuilding show, but I was fat and I made sure to get the worst angle of myself, which was like a camera facing upwards, which any fat person on the planet will know you don't fucking do that. No, you shoot downwards. But no, not for this one. I shot that, the fucking angle is like downwards looking up my triple chins. I was like, I'm gonna do a bodybuilding show and nobody's gonna fucking believe it. The one thing I could have done to make that even more viral would have been to shave my beard before shooting that. But then I would have had all my chins in all glories, you know. But then I started, so my first, like, I want to say like 4 or 5 days of posting, I didn't really have a thing. I just knew I wanted to do something, and it wasn't like really detailed. But then eventually came up with the, oh, I have an idea. This will be my series. Losing 100 pounds in a year, hoping that. And then I was like, okay, how do I latch onto somebody else's fame to then try to get them to blow me up? So, losing 100 pounds in a year, hoping that Will Tennyson gives me a follow. And then today is day 1. Or sorry, I guess it would have been like day 7, and I'm at this weight. And then so that was a highly easy to repeat structure that I didn't have to put too much thought into it, and it was every day. Like today is day 29 of losing 100 pounds in a day. I'm losing 100 pounds a year, hoping that Will Tennyson gives me a follow. Today is day 28 or 20 or whatever. But again, it has like my thought was it has to be something that I don't have to think about too much, something that's easy to repeat, something that, but still something that's attractive and something that's still kind of crazy, so people want to get involved. And then eventually I started getting people to like tag Will Tennyson or tag Jesse James West, Joey Swole, Go Supplements, like all these other people that I started like linking myself to. And then it was day 23, I want to say, that Will actually followed me back and sent me a message. And then I was just like, dude, this is fucking crazy. I can't believe that you did this, but I'm gonna make you proud. And his answer to my thing was, bro, once you hit 100 pounds, send me a DM, let's film a YouTube video. And right there, I got my confirmation that this is going to work. I got my social proof, and then I was like, okay, it worked with Will Tennyson. He's got like 4 fucking million followers on YouTube. I have like 8,000 on Instagram. This is possible. So then the second that Will Tennyson clicked in, I made my announcement post. Oh my God, Will followed me, crazy. And then the next day, right back into it, Jesse James West. And then I did that for the entire fucking journey. Every single day, I just switched over person. So I was Will, and then it was Jesse, and then it was, I think it was Joey Swole, and then it moved over to I digress. But the point was, I came up with the recipe I saw that it worked, and then I doubled down on it, and then I doubled down on it again and again and again and again, which I know is the same thing that Daniel preaches, because it fucking works, right? Once you find something that works, and you keep trialing and erroring until you find something that gets a little bit of traction. Okay, why did that happen? You analyze that success, and then you repeat it, and then you repeat it again, and then you repeat it again. And it was weird because one of the biggest lessons that I learned throughout this whole thing is nobody gives a fuck about you. And you learn that very fucking quickly. Nobody actually cares about Simon, about Daniel, about whatever. They see you in that very short frame of time in their day, and then you're gone. Right? So how do you make sure to captivate them for that very short period of time and make sure that they want to come back again? Because you only have 2 to 3 seconds to grab their attention, right? So, and your family, yeah, and it's funny actually, because like a lot of people will like deter from making content because of what their friends and family will say, and nobody will fucking like support you as much as like homie from the other side of the world that's seen you for that 3 seconds, and he'll cheer you the fuck on. He'll comment on all your shit when your friends are like, bro, like your content is cringe. Fuck you. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to achieve something that you don't, that you can't even understand. So like the whole thing of like why would you take advice from somebody who's never been where you want to go? Like that is real as fuck, right?
It's funny how we all go through the base, like, you know, there's different iterations of it, but we basically all go through the process of learning that nobody gives a fuck about you, and your family gives too many fucks about you, and and if you give in to both of those things, that's where you quit. That's where things,
every time.
That's where things get hard.
Every time.
Yeah.
There's a good example of that, and it's so those Will Tennyson videos in question. The first video, one sec. Sorry, I have to eat rice cakes. I'm going hypo right now.
Go. Yep. That's really important. I was going hypo big time the other day. That's what I was.
No fucks to give.
No fucks to give. I was downing honey at the gym like every 15 minutes. Just barely coming back up to do a set, and then I'd fucking go hypo again.
Yeah, literally.
I've been playing with Mod C, and I think my dose is too high.
You're burning too much fat. You're getting too shredded.
So the Will Tennyson videos. This was a really interesting thing because I experienced that switch of the internet loving me to the internet fucking hating me in one video. And that was the most important lesson that I learned. So, if you guys go look at the comment section from the first Will Tennyson video, it was pretty extreme. I know that. I'm a fucking psychopath. That's fine. But the internet still, like, they liked me because I was doing well. I was losing weight. I was still pretty chubby. I was fluffy. People didn't see me as like a threat. They were just like, oh, he's the guy doing the thing. Awesome. Good for you. Oh, you lost 100 pounds. That's amazing. The problem is, and like this was like the truest version of people want you to do well until you start doing better than them. Because in that second Will Tennyson video, when I was the first person on the internet to really go like, I'm taking 1 million fucking peptides, and this is what I'm taking. This is what it does, and I look awesome right now. I'm fucking peeled. I'm like, well, I think that when we shot that video, I was like 4 days out from my show, and all of a sudden you look at that comment section, and my dad scared me. I will never forget that moment. That he came up to me after he saw the video. He was pissed. My mom was pissed, and I was living with my parents here. Okay? Like,
yeah, that's a bit.
And even my little brother, and they were like, and they again. I was like, I saw a video. I was like, wow, I look like a fucking asshole in that video, right? And they were telling me like, wow, you just ruined your entire career with that video.
And what was
people hate you?
What was the error, or what did people not like? Sorry, just to catch everybody up.
It was the fact that it was too honest.
About the peptides.
People were like, "Oh, there's way too many. Oh, this
Yeah.
guy's a drug addict now. He went from one extreme to the other,
Got it.
and all this stuff." And so they thought that like, oh, so like now, like nobody likes you anymore. The comments hate you, and you just ruined your shot at like becoming this influential fat loss person because nobody can relate to this anymore. That blew me the fuck up. I went from, I think, because right before that video aired, I want to say I had like 40,000 followers now on Instagram from that first drop. And that sent me from 40,000 almost to 100,000.
Wow.
Right? And then from 100,000 at Summer Shredding, then I won Summer Shredding, and then I jumped up from 100 to 180 very quickly. Right? And that's when I learned
What
that,
was there any like significant like financial events that took place at those milestones, like, you know, crossing the 100K mark, crossing the 150K mark? Were there like more brand?
Not yet, because I was still getting fisted from Transcend. So not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. I was still broke as shit. Like 2023, I made $17,000 that whole year. It was a bad year. 2024,
Bad.
I did make a whole lot more. I launched my 90 program, which so okay, I guess going back into like in the middle of those videos, I was probably sitting around like so I had signed my first ever client, Josh, who he wasn't even a client at the time. He was another, and this is an important lesson for anybody here who wants to build a business. I wanted to build my business in a way where I would never have to leverage my own audience. Right? Because if you sell too much, because I guess I was in this headspace that I was scared of selling too much to my audience.
Yeah.
Right?
Guidelines.
Well, I am fully expecting that page to get banned one day. Let's just say that.
Okay, all right. Now I know why they have 30,000 views.
Right. They're pretty aggressive, but and again, I'm not going to hide it. That page is purely in that. So that page is for two reasons. One is obviously to promote the company Vitagenics,
Yeah.
but two is also to educate around peptides with actual real information. So I started my series on there called 50 Peptides in 50 Days, where every day I talk about one peptide. What does it do? What are the dosages for it? Who would use this? And like routes of injections routes of administration versus safety points for it. If my page gets taken down tomorrow, nothing changes because I just started a new one. I have all those videos already saved. I just post 50 peptides in 50 days over and over and over. It doesn't matter.
You just have a library of educational videos that you can push your potential and current clients to be educated.
Exactly. And I was fully inspired by you, actually, so thank you for that.
Dude, that's awesome. Now, you're in an interesting space because, like Alicia, one of your, premier clients, she's not a bodybuilder, right? You are a bodybuilder, and being in the bodybuilding space, I find that coaches usually, they want to coach bodybuilders, but most bodybuilders already have a coach, and there's a million bodybuilding coaches out there. So it seems like I think you kind of do both. You do some bodybuilders, some fitness people, but also lifestyle individuals. Is that correct? I'm assuming that.
Yes and no. I actually don't consider myself a bodybuilding coach at all.
Okay.
If somebody comes to me and they're somebody that's like super super jacked, and they want to like maximize hypertrophy and like only like they want to compete like for an IFBB pro card, you're not my person.
Okay.
Because
your profile picture with you kneeling, hitting that front double biceps, just screams bodybuilder.
Yeah, but and this is where it gets interesting, and this is where I find that I found like another win within my business is I don't advertise as a bodybuilding coach. I advertise as a weight loss coach, like purely weight loss, and this is where in Summer Shredding, summer shredding, I'm going to say like summer shredding built my brand. I built my brand around summer shredding. And so and this is where I don't advertise myself as a bodybuilding coach. I advertise myself as a transformation coach. And in summer shredding, there's that transformation class. And that is growing very quickly. They have a $100,000 prize pot this year for the men and for the women. So that's $200K that they're giving away. So I figured that I would and this is my last run at summer shredding that I've decided I'm sorry, Daniel, I'm taking that 100,000. And then yeah, okay. And then after which I'm just gonna focus on on coaching people for the transformation class. Because transformation class specifically not only is the biggest class at summer shredding by far. Like they already sold out for the Houston 18th, right? For both men and women.
Wow.
So that's where I kind of saw the opportunity. I was like, oh, okay, what if I just were to coach people into transformation class? Because this is somewhere that I have a very unique advantage where I understand it. A bodybuilding client versus a transformation client is a very different avatar. Where the bodybuilding client will most of the time they've already competed once and they kind of know what they're looking for, versus a transformation client, it's a bit of a different story. Because you're going to experience a certain amount of emotions that a normal bodybuilding coach won't understand. Because you have to effectively kill the old self to step on that stage as a transformation athlete. You need, and the loose skin is something most bodybuilding coaches don't really know how to deal with. No. Right? Versus I have tricks. I have tricks for loose skin. Not necessarily getting rid of it, but maybe hiding it. Maybe certain specific board shorts, certain specific trunks will be able to hide loose skin better. A normal bodybuilding coach wouldn't fucking know that. You know what I mean? Because why would he?
And you at one point in your life were so insecure that you know every trick in the book. There you
exactly.
go. That's a gap in the market. That's how it works. But it's really interesting that you're bringing this up right now, because one of the guys on the call right now, Austin Gentile, one of our studs on the team, he was talking today about being able to find a specific group of people for your specific product, for your specific service. You got to go there, you got to find exactly where that is. And you're literally explaining that to us right now, is you're coaching people for one federation, for one division, for shows that happen basically in 3 places on earth, right? Houston, Toronto, and I think they do it somewhere else too, but that's basically it. So you are laser focused, and your goal is to make people cross the threshold from being a fat person to no longer a fat person. And you use.
And think about it this way too, and this is what I want to say is the coolest part about this is, again, think about the average big person, the average fat person. What do they want? They want to lose weight. They want to do it quick. They want to build muscle. They want it fucking now. What does the avatar of a transformation person represent? Somebody that did it, somebody that built muscle while doing it, somebody that looks fucking awesome on that stage, and somebody that beat all of their fears. So not only is it obvious, and God, I'm telling you right now, you're gonna see it. I'm gonna cry so fucking much that weekend, just because it's gonna be this amalgamation of I'm bringing in 16 people to the summer shredding. Right? And so that's 16 people that are all doing transformation class. Some of them are spreading out into other classes, but most, every single person is doing transformation class at a minimum. But the one thing I've struggled with a lot is I was afraid of repeating something that worked under the guise of I would only be seen as the transformation guy. Right? And what I mean by that is I have a single video that I've posted to my trial reels, I don't know how many times. But that single video alone's got me about 80,000 followers. All right? And for whatever reason, I was afraid of telling my story over and over and over out of fear that I would only be seen as a one-hit wonder type situation. And there's like this weird mental block that kept happening of I have 200,000 followers. What if I were to lose that tomorrow? Right? Versus I only have 200,000 followers when there's a billion active users on Instagram. I should keep telling that story. I should keep posting it. I should keep finding innovative ways to say it to inspire more people. And I decided, fuck it. I'm gonna spend like 3 hours on a single video. I'm gonna make it fucking flawless. That video, I posted it last week. It is currently at, this one here. It is currently at 1.8 million views with 3,600 new followers.
Fucking awesome, dude. Yeah, it's interesting. You know, the first time you tell a story is probably the worst time you ever tell it.
I fucking love that. That is some Mr. Beast shit right there.
You know, like the more I keep telling the same story over and over again, like I pick up on people's reactions. Like I'll say something a certain way, and I'll go, oh, I got a laugh there. So when I tell this story again, which I fucking will, I'm gonna make sure I do that. Or, you know, I told this and I made this off-color comparison, and everyone looked at me, and I was like, well, that was over their head. You're like, I'm not gonna do that again. So yeah, telling the same story over and over again. I mean, think about it. Like my I don't know if you guys have like close relationships with your grandparents, but as my grandfather got older, like he was really good at telling stories, but as he got older, he'd be like, did I ever tell you the time about that? And we're like, yeah, fucking 15 times, but let's hear it again.
It's true. It's true.
Good stuff. All
Yeah,
right.
so
Questions?
you got questions?
Yes, sir.
Send it. Come on over.
What's up, brother? So
What's up?
I hear you make really good voiceover content, and a couple of guys in our house have been struggling a little bit on these voiceovers we've been making every day. I think maybe struggling with getting into flowing naturally, especially when their content maybe hasn't been too familiar with doing that style in the past. I said that kind of clunkily, but you get what I'm asking. Do you have any tips on voiceovers?
Yeah, actually. So, okay. First off, I would tell you to study Alicia Excel. She is the absolute fucking master she is the best on the platform of voiceover content. I don't care what anyone says. She is the fucking GOAT. Now, I challenged myself a few times, and I was like, okay, how can I like flex that muscle? How can I practice that skill? And I asked her, I was like, hey, can I voice over your video to make to see how, like, if I could do well, if it could be good. So what I did is, okay, you need to find ways. So if you're trying to be funny, you have to be funny. And what I would do is I would find, so I definitely didn't talk about this online, but I will right now. I used like AI to come up with like, okay, so I would say I need to find funny ways of saying this, and then it would list me like a bunch of things, and then like afterwards, and you know what works because it's always like AI can help you, but it'll never do the fucking job for you, right? So like once you read something and it prompts maybe a thought in your brain, oh, okay, that was good, that is excellent. Let me then twist that into what I would say, into like my own words, into my flavor. And then like I did a couple voiceovers and they easily hit over 500K on her account because it was just like, because again, it was a mixture of like, it was assisted content, if I can say it, if that makes sense, right? You use your tools at your disposal.
Nice. Hell yeah. Appreciate you, man.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think the addition of AI into content is fantastic. And what I've heard is that AI will get you 80% of the way there, and then the humans got to get you the other 20%. But yeah, 100%. Use AI to help you be concise, help you be witty, help you even find your own voice. Like if you guys haven't done a brain dump into Claude or ChatGPT or whatever, you definitely should, because all of you have like a unique way of speaking, either like where you're from or your profession. You might speak a certain way because of the work that you do. So yeah, use AI to help you find that voice and then leverage it in all of your videos. Yep. Beginning, middle, and end.
And if anything, just get ready to fail, right? Your first 20 to 50 videos are gonna probably shit, but learn from them, repeat, and don't get discouraged by low views. That doesn't mean shit. Go look at my first ever videos on my page. They're fucking trash, and they have no viewership, but every one of them mattered just as much as the ones I post now because I learned from them.
Yeah. Also, Instagram is well, a long time ago, no one really cared about retention rates or how many followers a post got you or what your watch time was or what your demographic was. Like, social media started off as a place to literally connect with people. Now we've gamified the whole thing, and it's a race to see who can get the most followers and the most views, and that can steal a lot of the joy out of making a really good video. I think about Alex, my videographer that's here with us all the time. This dude makes some of the most elaborate reels and tells great stories, but sometimes they're not what Instagram rewards. They're not fast enough. They're the attention span of the individual can't stay on the 15-second scene. It needs to be bam, 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 fast action, and so that can rob some of the joy out of social media. And I don't really have any advice on that other than to just make sure that you're having fun and make that the priority, not the numbers. Because I honestly think when people see you having fun, when they see you living a life that they would like to live or they think is really neat or interesting, I think that's where that connection is made, and thinking too much about the numbers can be unhealthy. Personally,
Like there's that one Instagram lady. She's like a Russian middle-aged woman or something, but she's also like an engineer, and she's like building an entire fucking cave underneath her house and like digging through and building this gigantic cave under her house, and like she keeps going viral over and over, and it's not like great made content, but she fucking loves it, right? So what Daniel said there is so important. When people see you loving something, like there's a one guy with the fucking he'll go and he'll find like taps on walls and see if they like a hose thing, and he'll see if they like drop water. He's like super he's like super autistic, but he'll go up to them and he'll go, guys, I found one, and then he'll go and he'll check it, and then he'll drop water. Oh my god, guys, it's dropping water. This is awesome, and that's it. That's all the video is. But he loves it, and people loving that with him.
yeah,
Right.
yeah, it's a shared experience. It's a shared journey, even if it is stupid. I think too, Simon. Another thing I'd like to just make sure everyone understands. You said it early on, is like you don't and we're just a little bit about business here, is you don't sell anything on your reels, right? When you post, like you don't sell anything. And the reason you don't want to sell anything on Instagram is because of literally the psychological state of a person when they get on Instagram. Their mind is not in a place where they want to purchase something. You don't get on Instagram with your credit card in hand ready to buy something. That's not what Instagram is for, right? That's what fucking Amazon is for, or eBay, or Etsy, or any of those other online retail shops where your fucking credit card is saved and you can tap once to buy. Instagram is about fun, it's about entertainment, maybe it's about catching up with people, stalking your ex-girlfriend, whatever, right? And then let's say yeah, maybe that's your mission, right? You're on Instagram and you're stalking your ex-girlfriend, and all of a sudden you hit Simon, he comes up on your feed, and he's talking about buying a 90-day challenge, and you're just like, you're not even in, even if you do need to lose weight, you're not even in the mindset to want to purchase something. So overcoming that psychological state to actually get somebody to want to purchase something, it's got to come in the form of first of the authenticity, of the fun, inviting them in, and then when you show results, it's like, hey man, I'm not an expert here, but this system, it worked for me, worked for him, worked for her, and if you looked like us, it might work for you too. It's very
Which is exactly why, like, in the spirit of like of your example of like the stalking back girlfriend, if my video comes up and it's like, you should buy this 90-day challenge because that's not gonna do well. But if you say, oh, my breakup went super fucking rough, and you know, so I decided to enroll in this thing, and it worked really fucking well for me. Like, look, here's the link if you want to fucking check it out. I don't give a shit, but that's gonna sell 10 times more.
Yeah, you just went through a breakup. There's nothing better, no better revenge than getting jacked. All right. Any other questions? Anyone from in the audience, in the chat? Anyone here in the house?
I got one.
All right, send it, Nick.
Simon, what is your? Give me like a 1 minute day in the life. Like, are you doing? How many hours are you doing content? How many hours are you doing client? How many hours are you doing gym? Like, just that kind of shit. Where do you spend your time?
Oh Lord, have mercy. Okay, I wake up every day at 4 a.m.
Oh.
So usually I'll wake up. The first thing I'll do is I'll start like prepping the foods for after I'm done my morning cardio. So I'll prep all that, take my morning peptides, and then I'll like either do some sort of like stretching or something. I don't know, some like bullshit like that, just to kind of get going. At 5 a.m. I'm on my treadmill, like steady. I'm either on my treadmill that's literally fucking sitting right back there, or I drive or take my little scooter to my gym, which is like literally 3 minutes away, and I'm doing cardio. I do cardio for about 30 minutes to an hour, depending on what my coach feels like torturing me with that day. Go back home, eat my first meal. After the first meal is done, that's when I open my phone. That's when I start looking at shit. I usually figure out like how much content I have to make that day, which I have a team now, people that help me with that. So thank fuck. Or like just general YouTube filming will happen. So that'll be like my first thing that I'll do in the day while I still have a lot of energy and I'm still like fucking pumped to do shit. After that, usually around, I want to say 2 p.m. because I'll usually film from like around, I guess I'm done eating it from like 9:30-ish. I'll eat my first meal and then I'll film until give or take 11 to 12. After that 12, that's when I'll usually start like doing like my first overview of clients with Ozzy, who's like my second other part of my brain, who's in this chat here actually. And like we'll usually figure out like, okay, fucking, is anything on fire? No? Okay, cool. Then I'll go to the gym. If anything's on fire, I'll deal with it then. At the gym is usually when I'll like I don't really film at the gym all that much because like my content doesn't do well when I train. I'm not shredded all year, and fuck that. Gym content sucks. Right. I am not Sam Sulek.
I tell people all the time, man, like I'm technically, or at least my old account was like technically I was a fitness influencer, and there is like, you know, if I do a day in the life, there's literally like 4 seconds of the 90-second reel that's in the gym. Like I do fucking nothing in the gym.
Yeah, like I'm posting about a gym reel tomorrow, but it's not for the gym. It's because of my loose skin surgery, and I'm like, oh, I wonder how much I can belt squat because it's going to apply direct pressure to my skin. Obviously, I say it better than that. Let's see how much that I can belt squat, and I worked my way up to 1,000 pounds. And I was like, okay, but it's a flashy number, and then the loose skin, that's going to work, right? So I digress.
Let's see if I can rip these stitches out.
Pretty much. Oh, I'm gonna have to refilm my intro tomorrow.
There you go.
I like that.
My doctor's gonna be pissed.
Yeah, and then I'll usually but my days are like they used to have a lot of structure, but after that 2 p.m., it's like after my gym time is when everything kind of hits the fucking fan. Because I generally have no idea what the fuck is gonna happen. I try to spend time with my fiance Taylor, who's currently working on a 5,000-piece puzzle in the living room. Or I'll just like see that, oh fuck, something like my PayPal got shut down like literally fucking 3 days ago for my peptide company, which I knew was coming. So I had to recreate a whole new website and all this shit, right? So it's so fluid. I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen, but all I know is that I'll work literally till 11 p.m. when Taylor tells me, put away your fucking phone, and then I'll go to bed.
Yep, wake up and grind. Dang, I had a quick question for you. Oh yeah, Taylor, your fiance. Congratulations, by the way.
Oh.
Did you meet her before or after you were famous on the internet?
During.
Oh shit.
So okay.
Is it true you get hotter chicks the more followers you have?
I don't know how to answer that. But all I can say is this. Get this up. So it's actually like quite a beautiful story because it was in October, yeah, like early October. There was like this random like cute chick who started like commenting on my stuff, and I would like keep in mind, but like bit of fucking Simon Lord here. I was celibate. I wasn't single. I was single, but I was also celibate, like untouched for 8 years. Right, like before Taylor happened. So, so this cute girl was commenting on my stuff, and then like I was, oh, who's this like cute chick that's like, you know, like, and it's all messages like, oh, you're doing so good, this is so inspiring, keep going. And then I clicked on her stuff. I was like, what the fuck? She lives in Calgary. Like that's my city. Crazy. So just, you know, like after like working up the balls to do it, and so this was in October, by the way. I started in August, so it was very early. I only had I had sub 10,000 followers still. And then we met up, and then we just like, I knew like the second I like met, I was, oh, I'm fucked. I'm getting married, you know. And now here we are, and yeah. So it was very early on. And the cool thing is about us is she saw me go through fucking everything, and she went through it and grew with me. Like, I don't know what she saw in me. I lived with my parents. I didn't have my own car. I was broke as fuck. But she saw the potential, I guess, and it worked.
It was that bald head, that symmetrical head, I'm sure it was.
Bro, she bet on Bitcoin in 2011. Like, that's what that was with me. You know what I mean?
We got one question here from one of the young guys here. Just turned 20 years old today.
May the 4th
Crazy.
be with you,
Happy
by the
birthday,
way.
buddy.
Oh, thank you. So, just like, it's basically 2 questions, like, one relating to social media and real life. What is one, like, most important piece of advice you would give us all on life advice, and one important piece that has helped you with your content, like, through the entire time? Just those 2 things. The 2 most important things in life and social media, I guess, for you.
Honestly, I think they kind of go hand in hand. It's no, yeah, they definitely go hand in hand. It's definitely going to have to be, most of the time, we're actually just afraid of succeeding. Right? Now, let's look at, like, fat people with loose skin. To be fat and to be afraid of loose skin means you're afraid of being successful in your weight loss. And every aspect of life I have found has correlated to that. Like I am fucking scared shitless right now at this very moment. I have never been more stressed in my life, ever, because I am broke as shit right now. Why? Even though I've made more money than I ever have. Why? Because I've reinvested 100% of my income into projects. And I am scared shitless that they will, like, I'm scared of them failing, of course, as we all would. I'm even more scared of them working because I'm having more stress right now than I ever have making this kind of money. Imagine when I get there, fuck. You know what I mean?
So I guess another thing I could say, how do you handle that worry? What do you do? Like, you just channel it into the work, or just like, is there like something specific that you help with, like a mantra you repeat? You know what I mean?
Keep betting on yourself. I did it once, it worked. I'm going to keep doing it for the rest of my life.
Building the stack of evidence that says you are who you say you are. That's our most
Exactly. And one other thing, there's just a general piece of advice for you. If you ever fucking say you're going to do something, you better fucking do it.
Yeah, it reminds me of that. I had it as a ringtone for a little bit. Conor McGregor being like, remember that interview he had? They're like, so what do you do when you don't feel like? He's like, I kind of feel like a loss, you know. You know, you're just kind of like a little loss, you know. You tell yourself you're gonna do something and you don't do it. You say I'm gonna go to the gym, but then you don't go to the gym. Basically like little losses in your life. So you either, you know, it just breaks you down when you don't do what you're gonna say. You know, you gotta.
Well, it's because every time you say you're gonna do something and you don't do it, you are actively proving to yourself that you're not worth it. It's that simple.
Yeah, you disrespect yourself.
Every time.
Yeah.
And that subconsciously just makes it harder to fucking
to do it next time. 100%. It weighs you down.
Question here from Christine in the chat, and I think you're gonna have fun with this one. How do you find your story when you don't have a great story, especially for summer shredding?
Everybody has an incredible fucking story, and that's the beauty of it. You just don't know how to say it yet. Nobody, like, everybody's had tragedy, everybody's had like obstacles, everybody's had wins, everybody's had losses, and the only difference between a great story and a bad one is how you say it. It is that simple. And like what Daniel said earlier, the more times you tell the story, the better it gets. So, okay, Christine, we're gonna have to talk about this. But like, cause, well, yeah, she's one of my people.
I bet Christine has.
I want you to start, like, just like in our WhatsApp chat if you want, or in a notepad or fucking something. Just start writing down, point form, every fucked up thing that's ever happened to you, essentially, right? Like every bad thing that has ever happened to you, whether it was like I still remember to this day the one time where I was like fucking like 8 years old and some kid called me fat when I was swimming in the pool, right? I've used that for content before, you know, fuck that guy, absolutely. But I've used that for content before, right? And it's again, but the only reason why I'm able to do this now is because I've said the story so many times. So I want you to start like writing a list of all the bad, but all the good that's happened in your life. And then we just find a way to craft it into a fucking any winning story.
Yeah, that's what I want to do with my life, because I have so many of those stories. So like, how do you like put it together? Like the video, everything, do you like just put random videos? Do you do a specific thing? How do you, you know, visualize it with the voiceover, everything like that? You know, how do you structure it, I guess?
No, that's a good question. I would say in today's world, like when you talk about really authentic shit, the ability to just like be open and say it to the camera is better than having a high production video. So like, here's a good example. And I hate talking about this in front of a live audience because I would rather say it to my phone, post it to Instagram, and then never have to talk about it again. But I'm going to talk about it. So fuck you'll see why. I fucking hate this shit. Being celibate for 8 years meant that I consumed an incredible amount of porn. Like, incredible. And the issue with that is the amount of ways that it affected my life, and still does, is ridiculous. So, let me turn off my fucking thing. I'm going to show you guys some fucking weird shit.
Oh boy, here we go. Demonetized coming in.
So, if you look right over this day, I wrote out my fucking calendar, okay? It's a P with a cancel sign.
Pornhub.
And that was the last day that Eddie was ever consumed.
Nice, dude.
Right? And again, am I willing to talk about it? Was I willing to talk about it on social media like right away? Fuck no, I didn't even know how to tell the story yet.
Proud of you, Simon.
I'm starting to, in the next few days, I'm going to do it. And it's going to be awkward as fuck. And there's going to be nobody in my house. I'm going to post it, and I'm not going to look at the comments for a couple hours. And this is what I don't remember your name, but this is what I would tell you for that piece of advice. If you're struggling with something, there's a few million other people that for sure are. And being able to have them relate to you is what's going to build trust in you.
And I think that answers Lauren's question was, what if you're ashamed or scared to tell your story? Which I would tell you, Lauren, is you are not the only one that feels that way, because we've all done really stupid, embarrassing shit. But quite frankly, it is the easiest and fastest way to get someone to relate with you is talk about all the shit you fucked up. and if you're afraid of what your close friends and family are gonna think, you should, because they're not gonna like it. But if you want to get around that real quick, just restrict them for like 2 weeks. Get all that out there. Get all the feedback from the people that actually don't fucking care about you, right? All the people in the comments, gather the data from how that reel went, gather the data on how you're feeling about that. And then if you feel like you want your family to learn and know about that kind of stuff, which guess what? They probably already do. They just don't like being associated with people that have done fucked up shit. But then you can unrestrict them. And I'll tell you this last thing is, this is an ongoing thing that I have with my mother. My mother is a university professor. She's very well known in the community, my hometown, and like she's on the fucking bank board. She's on the city council. She, you know, and her son was this, you know, Army officer. Did really good in school. You know, I was a mayor's top teen in my hometown. Like, I was fucking crushing all the shit because my mom was making me crush all the shit, right? She wanted to brag about me. And now her 35-year-old son has 2 divorces and makes a bunch of content, running around with a bunch of 19-year-olds smoking weed and bodybuilding and taking steroids. And
I'm 20.
yeah, you thank God. Thank God there's no teenagers living in this house anymore. But yeah, it's an ongoing thing that I've had to do with my mom, where, you know, she will say, Daniel, you cannot call your target audience retards. And I'll say, Mom, you know, with all, you know, and I have to tell her, I was like, you know, you can't talk to me like that, right? Like that, I'm gonna have, if you start telling me things that are negative about my content, it's gonna make me subconsciously think and you know and make different decisions based off of your approval of me. And I'm 35 years old, right? So I can't let my mom dictate the content that I put on the internet, because what it'll do is it'll totally censor me. It'll take all the creativity out of it. It'll take all the fun out of it, because I'm worried about what my mom is gonna think.
So you still struggle?
I had the exact same conversation with my parents. I'm not kidding. Like, to the T, and it still happens a couple times where I'll be like, "Hey, stop! Can't have that. No." Because the second that you're inhibited, whatever, censored, you lose that creativity.
Yep.
Because you're scared of what they might think. It's so fucking true.
This is why I have all these guys in this house right now, and they're probably feeling it. They're not feeling it yet. They will. Right now, and everyone in this Zoom call, you guys are a part of it right now. Every single one of you is inside of a Zoom call right now, surrounded by people who all want to do the same thing as you, which is do something significant, improve their life, make a difference, have impact. You guys are all here right now because you're not satisfied with where life is. You want to keep going. And so that's why, you know, Simon, that's why I had you on here. Thank you very much for coming on.
Persevere.
That's why we're doing this content house here in Vegas. That's why I have my school community, which is proudly called Instagram for Retards, where we make content creation retardedly easy, led by the lead retard right here. And yeah, I'll flex a little bit, but you know, I tripled my mom's tenured university professor salary last year. Triple.
Oh yeah.
Triple, and that's just from the business. That's not any of the other shit, right? And you know what would make her so proud is if I quit it all and went and got an MBA. Quit it all and went back to physical therapy school. And it's a different mindset. Your family, the people closest to you, they want what's best for you. They don't want you to get hurt. They don't want you to take big risks. And it's totally natural. It's totally normal. You shouldn't feel like you're an exception to the rule when your family is freaking the fuck out. You should feel like you're going in the right direction. That's what you should feel like. It's a weird feeling. It's a really weird feeling. But it's when you feel that resistance, it is literally the universe telling you, good job. Lean in. Lean in. You're about to launch. You're about to upgrade. So Simon, thank you for being a part of that upgrade that we're all having right now. Everyone else that was here from Simon's community, thank you very much. We did just post a link to the school community. It's a free 7-day trial. We have people like this on for the next 7 days, every single night. All of you are invited to join completely free. Alicia that Simon mentioned. She's going to be on Saturday night, same time until the 10th, 6 p.m. Pacific time every single night. This link, we will be here. All of you guys are invited. Yeah, and if you want to learn more about Instagram, making content, going viral, making money, join the school community, and yeah, follow along. We always have openings for more retards.
Please join. Daniel's gonna lobotomize me again if you don't.
Okay. All right, guys. Thank you very much, Simon. Appreciate it, dog.
Peace, Simon.
Of course. Hey, Daniel,
Yes, sir.
what's your best pose?
Oh, front lat spread by a mile.
Oh, that's my best pose. All right, it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
That's good, yeah.
Whoever
Lat for lat.
whoever places higher buys dinner that night.
I mean, look, I'll have 100K to buy it for you. It's fine. It's fine. We'll go somewhere expensive.
Yeah, I'll be
Alright, Dan, you gotta lock in.
I'll be freeloading. That's
Sounds
for
like
sure.
someone's gonna win.
I'm either gonna win the money or I'm gonna freeload hardcore.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much.
All right, later.
Toodles.
Bye.
That dude's sick, bro. He's so sick.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're doing anything right now, but I wrote down a lot of good
He's
stuff.
very well spoken.